Hi, this is Guy Barker here. Welcome to Herbi.org. I'm going to give a demonstration of some of the new join the dots patterns in the Herbi Writer handwriting development software. When Herbi Writer starts, it normally starts showing the lowercase set of letters on a 3-line background, and here it's showing the sample letter N. So if I draw that out here, that was evaluated as correct, and it'll move on to the next letter. Now Herbi Writer also has a join the dots feature, which was added following suggestions from OTs and a teacher at an autism centre that a join the dots feature might be useful. So to turn on the join the dots feature, if you go to the settings button and click join the dots, there is a list of join the dots patterns here and a little checkbox over here that says play join the dots. So I'll check that, and then I'll leave the selection here at the lines set of patterns and then click OK. OK, so this set of join the dots patterns contains basically just a set of lines, and those set of lines is listed in this list here. And the idea is, just as when you would write out a sample letter or follow the sample letter, you do the same thing over here, drawing out the line that's demonstrated over here. So I'll do that. OK, and Herbi Writer evaluated that as correct. The little Herbi here changed to be smiling, the big Herbi changed to be smiling, and my score went up by 1. And all the regular features associated with the Herbi Writer apply to both regular letter writing and to the join the dots. So you can change the level of difficulty from beginner to intermediate to advanced, or you can change the time the feedback shows on the screen after completing the letter, or in this case a line, and so on. And also I could start a game. If I go, so stop game now, so I will start the game. Herbi Writer considered that correct, and it's now going to cycle through all the patterns in this line set of patterns. And if I get this one wrong, again my attempt moved off to the left, and now Herbi Writer considered that to be correct. So I'll quickly go through all the patterns, all the lines in this set of patterns. And if I do this one backwards, Herbi Writer said that's incorrect, so I'll do it in the same way as the sample now, and Herbi Writer said that one was correct. And there's one more to go after this one. OK, it's that way and that way. OK, so that's the end of that set of patterns, and I got told I got 6 of my attempts right on the first attempt out of the 8. And there are other sets of patterns, so I could go back to the join the dots tab there and click say shapes, and for this one I'll say, well, actually I want to trace over the sample rather than write at a distance from it. So I'll click trace, and I'll say start game, and the feedback is a little bit different this time, that the actual shape itself takes on a smiling face when the shape is considered to be close enough to the sample. And if I do it wrong, say, again it moves off to the left, and I'll do it as I need to. OK. And this is the most complicated one, a star pattern. There are only 4 shapes in this set. There we go. And I'll pick another of the sets of patterns. There's garden, which only has 3 in it. So I'll do start game. OK, this one's a ladybird, and on this one you actually have to connect up with the first dot for it to be considered correct. And for the flower, again you need to connect to the first dot again. And for the next one, which is rather complicated, you don't actually connect the last dot to the first dot on this one because it would cross the beak of the bird. There we go. Now this is beginner level, where there's quite a bit of flexibility. If I was on intermediate or advanced, then that wouldn't have been considered correct. And then I'll show one more regular join the dots pattern, say house. This only has one pattern in it. Now the interesting thing here is it's actually made up of 3 different shapes in one. So I'll draw the house part of it. I might be too far off with that, but we'll see. Then I'll move on to the, where do I go next? There we go. Move on to the blue dots here, and it must be this set of dots after that. There we go. So that was considered correct. Now, as an experiment, I've also had a go at creating a maze, a pattern in the same way. So this is a little bit different from join the dots, but if you go to join the dots again and pick maze, the idea with this is that you follow the dot through the maze itself, and you could do it either as tracing or have it distant. Now if I do something that's not similar to the original, it gets evaluated as incorrect. But now I'll do one that's more similar to the original. Okay, and that says it's correct. So depending on what feedback I get about this maze idea, which was suggested to me by an occupational therapist, and I really appreciate that input, I might do some more experiments with the maze idea. Now I have had feedback already saying that while the join the dots feature is useful as it is, it could be made a lot more useful for use by students. So I will be following up with that to change the feature to try and make it as usable as I can. And if you do have any feedback yourself on how you'd like to see the feature change, or perhaps have new sets of patterns, please do let me know at barker@herbi.org.